A couple of months ago, I went on a rescue mission, and that was to try and catch some stranded carp that were trapped in a farmer's field after the floods. At the end of that video, I asked you guys, should I get out here and try and rescue any other fish that may be stranded? And after that, I basically forgot. As you can imagine, with having 4 kids and doing this as my full-time job, I get pretty busy and I just plain and simply forgot. And it was only the other day when I was planning my first barbel session of the year, a light bulb went off. I was planning my session right at the back of the flooded fields. But would there even be any water left? So I came to an area close by with the drone, flew it over to try and get a map of exactly what's going on, if there's any water left in it, and potentially if there's any fish left behind. I started off by flying the drone over the flooded area I'd been fishing before. And I was actually shocked at how much water was still left. I could clearly tell it had receded a lot. And in fact, some of the areas where I'd been catching carp before was only an inch or 2 deep now. I sent the drone back and forth, finding very little signs of fish life, although I did spot what I believe was a jack pag that got spooked off in the margin, but there was no signs of larger fish like the carp. But then I decided to send the drone a little further. I remembered there was a flooded area a bit further up, possibly 60 to 100 yards up from this one, that I'd not seen anything in the last time I was up here. Immediately you could see the water had receded a lot from this area, almost 50% had gone, but I could see movement in the distance and I could see a bright golden colour swimming on the surface. Among closer inspection I realised there was at least 4 carp, including 1 ghost carp, in this flooded area. And that brings us to where we are now. It's currently very early in the morning, it's about 5 AM. We've got that body of water behind us here. You can actually see how much it's evaporated on the opposite bank. That is all dead blanket weed that's dried up. And we've got the small little bog down here. I've already seen a few carp. Like I say, I spotted on the drone about 4 fish. And I've spotted 4 shapes moving around in the weed and feeding. So I'm going to assume this might only be 4 fish in here. It's very shallow, only about 2 foot deep. It's receding quick and we need to catch these fish. I'm going to be putting 2 sessions into this today and tomorrow to catch as many fish as we can do to transfer them over to the river. It's 27 degrees today. We need to make sure we save these fish before this field completely dries up. Right, so I'm just using this to sort of scour the pond just like I did a few days ago when I come to check it out, just to see if we can see where those fish are. There's obviously 1 ghost carp, but there's also a few mirror carp as well. Just like how we were looking for him before, basically. Trying to find that ghost carp and then therefore finding the other fish at the same time. Shouldn't be too hard to spot. I mean, it's bright golden. There it is, straight away. He's swimming around quite a bit, look. Must be feeding. Oh yeah, there's 4 of them, look. And they are grubbing around on the bottom. It's absolutely perfect. Honestly, to look at where the drone is, let's have a look. Oh, miles away, right over the opposite side of this water. Right, I'm going to leave my drone in the sky so I know where I'm going. I'm going to go there, I'm going to catch him, aren't we? Just like the last time, a big golden fish is the big golden prize for me doing this. That's what I really like to catch. Where? Oh, it's right there. I keep thinking it's moving off, but it's not. Obviously, it's staying in the area where I'm making casts because my bread's falling off. And he's eating the bread as it's falling off. Yep. We got it! Oh, that's the ghosty! I just twitched the bait as it was swimming past it, saw it, and went straight for it. That's the fish I've been after. Yes, yes, yes. I do not know whether this is the same one from the other bit of water. Yes, I've got the big golden fish of the floods. That is it. Oh, no, 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 my feet are wet. Come on. Let's see if we can do it without getting soaked. Yes, 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 this is the fish I've been after. This is the fish I've been after. I thought I'd missed my opportunity. Come on. See if I could just get my feet wet, couldn't I, and just land it. I said, let me rescue you, come on. It's not that hard, is it? Just go into the net. Yes! 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 Wow, what a lovely fish. The bright silvery, goldeny looking one that we'd seen on the drone is finally in my net. I don't know if this is the same fish from the last time when we came out rescuing carp, because that was probably about 100 yards away, maybe a bit less, maybe about 60 yards away from this spot. Whether we had extra rain and it merged these two together and therefore the fish travelled up here, I don't know. This could be a different fish. There's a bit of water just behind the camera there, right in the margin. I'm just going to rest him up and we'll take a look. Yes! Yes, we finally did it. This is the one we've been chasing. I believe this could be the one that was stranded in the other area. And I think when the water's risen, when we've had a lot of rain, maybe it's the ponds have joined and it's travelled into this one. I couldn't see a ghost in the other pond, but there was one in this area. I'm calling these ponds, they're just big puddles. Puddle, puddle, puddle. I keep calling them ponds. Absolutely incredible fish. Sure, carp aren't always the most exciting for a lot of people. I don't target carp myself, but to catch a fish like that are stranded in a field that need rescuing, imagine catching this as a 15-pound river carp. That'd be incredible. So I'm going to rest it now and then we're going to transfer it over to the river. That is awesome, and it's the fish I've been after. There's a carp right there, his fin was out of the water. Definitely feeding, nose down. Come on, let's see if we can make it happen with that one. See, I'm getting so much weed on my net. Look, see, we just ate something on the top then. Oh, that was perfect. We got it, yep. Yep, what did I say? That's perfect. Where did I put my net? Run, Forrest, run. Run, Forrest. Ah, sorry, I look like a right knob, don't I? I didn't realise I'd... Oh God, it's screaming. Didn't realise I'd walked so far away. I think it's come off. No, it's still on, it's still on. Just had a ton of weed on its head. Told you, this place is just covered in blanket weed. And that to me looks like a mirror carp. And the mirror carp out of these little puddles, actually a really nice looking fish, at least from the other one they were. This is a much smaller body of water than the one we was fishing a couple of months back. And these could very well be some of the same fish, or at least probably come from the same fishery. Yes, yes, we got it, we got it. We've got it. We got another one. And as predicted, that is a lovely, clean fish. That is absolutely immaculate condition. Look at that. As you guys know, I'm no carp angler, but I know a clean fish when I see one, and look at this one. He's absolutely stunning little mirror carp. Not huge, but definitely bigger than that ghost carp we caught. Stunning condition, real nice tail. Mouth, it looks really, really nice. Almost looks like it's never been caught before. Absolutely incredible. And once again, from this evaporating field that probably isn't going to hold water in the next couple of weeks. So we need to get these fish out as quickly as possible. Look at that. All right, let's get him straight in the river. And once again, hopefully, in 10 years' time, we might catch him as a River 20. He ain't playing ball. Let's get him back. Now it doesn't matter whether you're fishing the canal, a pond, a river, or indeed a puddle. The moment the sun comes up, that generally kills the fishing, especially on a hot summer's day. And that's exactly what happened here. After I caught that second fish, it went completely dead. There were no shows of fish anywhere on this little puddle. It's time to go home and come back out the next morning. I genuinely feel like this might have receded even more since just yesterday. Look how much water there was here. The water has receded probably about 30 yards in this area anyway. There's going to be no water left in here in a couple of weeks, I'm telling you now. Let's see if we can get these last couple of fish out. What I find really fascinating is just how fast nature has claimed these pools. The initial flooding we had was back in October and we're now in late June, and this particular puddle, it's receding fast. In about, I'm gonna say 3 weeks max, I'm giving it, this is gonna be bone dry, and for the rest of the summer it will pretty much remain completely bone dry. But in the short amount of time it's had water in, we've got different types of reeds growing. We've got some flowering water bog plants that are growing. There's also oxygenator in the water, which is a pond plant. Don't know how that's got in there, whether it's been brought in by the birds, and that has taken over half this pool. It's almost turned itself into a little pond. It really is a shame that this thing's going to be dried up in just a few weeks' time. I'll have to revisit it in a few weeks and just take a look, but real shame, and it's full, and I mean absolutely chocker of fry. Little baby fry. I think they might be carp fry, I'm not really sure, and it's a real shame they're all going to be lost too. Anyway, let's get cracked on and see if we can get any more. Oh, there's one on my baited spot. One right on my baited area where I put some sweet corn and pellets in. We got one. I just saw that line pull. I was sat for ages then. Didn't take long. Put a bit of bait on a little area. Dropped a 3-line piece of bread onto it. There's obviously not much wind at all. Oh, it actually feels like a decent fish. Oh no, it's just gone for a lot of weed. And I just sat watching that line. I knew eventually it would have to go. Oh no, my feet are wet. My feet are wet. It's okay though. Okay, actually I've realised why these are the harder ones to catch, because they are the smallest ones. There we go. Only one left, baby, and then we've got them all. That's a beautiful linear, little linear mirror carp. And there we have it, guys. Session number 2, first carp of this part. There's only one carp left that I know of. There's at least a catchable size anyway in this puddle. If I don't catch any more, I'll be more than happy. What I wanted to do is catch the majority of the carp out of here. I know that I'd made the biggest impact. If I don't catch that other fish that's out there in the next sort of 2-3 hours, we'll call it quits and maybe we'll return here in a few weeks' time or a couple of weeks' time and see how low the water is then. I don't think a lot of these fish will stick around. I think they'll move downstream to the deeper, slower moving stretches of the river. But for now, that's beautiful. So guys, that brings us to the end of day number 2, and there is still one carp left in here. He's completely vanished. I can't see him whatsoever. So what I'm going to do is, every week, I'm telling myself, I'm going to come to a nearby field, send the drone over, just to monitor the water levels. And as they recede, what I will do is, when they get low enough, I'll come out with a net and I'll just net whatever's left in here. There's thousands and thousands of fry. They obviously need to be taken out. There's probably a full generation of fish that are lost in this water, as well as that one carp that needs catching. I'm a very, very busy man, so I can't be putting time into coming out here and fishing these, just trying to catch one fish over and over again. I ain't got time for it. I've got a little announcement to make actually. Most of you guys would have clicked off by now because it's the end of the video. But me and the girlfriend are actually expecting baby number 5. That's right, baby number 5, due very soon, the end of August actually. So as you can imagine, I'm a busy man, got stuff to do. So I'm going to monitor the water levels. When they get super, super low, really, really low, dangerously low, I'll come in and just net whatever's left and move them onto the river. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you want to, like the video if you liked it, share the video if you liked it, and I'll catch you guys later.